Right, so as I mentioned, you can in the last video you can go to the BLAST and check your nucleotide sequence with the database's nucleotide sequence to see if there's any errors. Very similarly, you can do the BLAST X, which takes your nucleotide sequence, turns it into an amino acid sequence, and compares it to their amino acid sequence. So there is not a very good way to highlight the errors in this one. Hopefully there aren't any or many errors, and if there are, it's pretty easy to see. Once again, we are the query, they are the subject every time. Our sequence is the query. So it looks like we have a D here. Looks like there's like one issue, one identity error. If you look here, positives 174 to 175. So we matched all of the amino acids except for one. Looks like it's right here. We have a D where it should be a G. Not really sure what this middle fill-in is for. I couldn't tell you. That's one thing I'm not very sure. I'm sure you can always come here to the YouTube how to read this page. Maybe there will be more there. I don't remember myself whenever I went there and watched it. I don't remember if there's anything in there, but that line from my times I've used it, I have no idea what it is. One thing to note, this frame up here, it doesn't mean there's a frame shift. -1 just means that's where the reading frame started at the -1 amino acid, or not -1, -1 nucleotide, or maybe it started from the reverse. I guess -1 in this instance would probably mean it was read backwards. Yes, which actually makes sense here. It was read backwards at the very first nucleotide. It's fine, however, it really doesn't matter as long as it matches up in some way to the protein data bank, or to the amino acid data bank. I'm sorry. So that is how to use the program in how to correct all those errors, and then use it also in conjunction with the NCBI database. Again, you can align 2 or more sequences if need be. It's all relatively straightforward. It's not too bad. Sorry, I'm just trying to come over here, see if there's anything else I missed, which I do not believe I did. So, yep, that's how you use all of the programs, and I hope this has been really helpful. I hope this teaches you how to use all the NCBI internet tools that are available to you, as well as how to use the actual Codon Code liner. Everything that I explained to you has been everything that I've used that has helped teach me, or that I've had to teach myself to adjust into the sequences. Usually if I could give any advice, usually they're pretty good sequences. You just have to go through those errors and figure out which one of the, if there's 2 or 3 sequences that overlap, usually one of them, if there's an error, it's just because the sequence just kind of went goofy in that section. And like I said, you can just go in there, and if you're sure that it's off, I usually just change it to whatever the correct one should be, and just kind of note to myself that there was an error on that specific part of the sequence, on that specific sample, on that little part of that sequence, there was just an error. It happens quite often, and that's usually just the biggest mistake that you have to fix, is just going through there and just plucking all of those guys out, as well as plucking everything from the end. And yeah, then you just go to the view. Once you go to the Codon Code liner, you'll just go to the view bases, and that'll pull all that stuff up for you. The other thing that's kind of cool in reference to the reading frame, as here you can change it back between amino acids and DNA sequence. You can also, so right here, whenever you click that, it brings up all the amino acids down here. From there you can do next frame, and that just moves the reading frame that the program is using to actually read those. So that's a pretty cool feature. You can click view traces or double click on a section, and that'll actually bring up your samples that you received from the sequencer in that little region. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. I hope all these have been helpful, and I hope you can figure out all your sequences. Have a great day.